Dear participants, welcome to the webinar Chatbot Developments as a part of students' projects. My name is Veniamin Kizeev. I'm a global head of Smarter University SIG PMA, and today I am a moderator of this webinar. First of all, a few words about us. The Smarter U SIG PMA exists to promote professional project management at university life. We are connecting university leaders and teams and delivering best practice. And if you have any question or some suggestion, please contact us. It will be really good. And this webinar is a part of series of webinars on the best practices of developing project management at universities across different countries. This is the second webinar in the series, and today we will look at the German experience. In the webinar, we focus on the concrete topic, chatbot developments as a part of a student's project. And today's agenda, very short: introduction of participants, presentation from our guests, and discussion. All duration less than 1 hour. Today we have great experts. First of all, member of SIG Smarter U Advisory Board, Professor Dr. Harald Vennes. He teaches and researches at the Institute of Computer Science at the University of Würzburg on the topic of modern project management in practice with startup projects. He has decades of experience as a CIO in industry and in large research institution. And for more than 10 years, he has headed the special interest group, project management at universities. This is a network of 400 professors and lecturers for project management in the DACH region. And he is board member of the German Informatics Society. And very interesting point that in 2024, he published 2 books on AI in the project economy. First books, What is Changing in Project Management Through AI, and second, A New Era of Efficiency and Innovation. We'll be glad to your question, of course. You can write them in the chat. And let's start. Professor Harald, thank you for your readiness, shared the best practice, and the floor of yours. I stop my short presentation and give you all. I do this. Okay, yeah.
Well, thank you for the warm welcome. And hello. I wish you all a happy new year, healthy, peaceful, and where we are. Yeah. And good morning, America. Good evening, Asia and Australia, and good afternoon, Europe. Yo, I think you see my screen.
Yeah.
Everything's fine?
Yeah, it's really good.
So let's start. Thank you for the warm welcome again. Well, I'm professor at the Institute of Computer Science with a lot of practical experience. My main research areas are, of course, modern project management, also digital startups, and digital sustainability, digital sovereignty, and open source software. You just mentioned the 2 books I published last year as co-editor and author, AI and Project Economy. I also give lectures at other universities outside Germany, in Kazakhstan and in Vietnam. And I'm also the speaker of a network of 400 professors, lecturers of project management in the so-called DACH region. That means Austria, Switzerland, and Germany. I'm also a member of the executive committee of the German Informatics Society, and I'm speaker of a group about digital sovereignty. Very important topic today, not here in the webinar. Well, this is my agenda. First, I want to give you some information about our SIG, the German Special Interest Group at Project Management at Universities. Then I want to share with you my concept of the lecture, Modern Project Management in Startups, also the methods taught, and the chatbot development as part of the student projects. And at the end, conclusions and outlook. We'll start with a special interest group at German universities. We had a restart about 10 years ago with about 9 members, and today we have 400 members from 140 universities, from German-speaking universities. I think we have the largest project management network of German-speaking universities. And what are our success factors? I think that's the motto: give and take. We do a lot of networking, sharing experience, sharing documents as slide sets, case studies, handouts, exercises, templates, tools. We work together, writing books. These volumes, we had about 100 authors, 50 chapters in the 2 books, and we do a lot of publication together. Also implementing and publication of joint studies, working together in studies, and we have a lot of conferences, meetings, online meetings, and next big meeting will be in Austria and Vienna. Today's meeting for about our annual meeting in Vienna for about two days. We have about 3 websites. It's the official website of the GPM. GPM is a German Society of Project Management, one of the IPMA members. We have the special website portal for universities and science, going deeper than the normal portal, the normal websites, with teaching concepts, research, and other things, methods, and courses about project management. And the third website is about simulation games in project management. Very interesting. Sorry, it's all in German, but we have the link, and you can look at this website and translate it automatically to English or other languages, I think. Well, in Germany, we have a wide range of courses and studies in project management. I think it's similar in other countries. Sometimes lectures with only some hours about project management, lectures about project management with exercises, with projects, or without exercises, or without projects. Also special lectures like communication management, risk management with exercises and projects. And we have so-called PM Canon. That means a bundle of project lectures are provided for the students, with projects, with exercises, with studies, and so on. And some universities provide a study program ending with a Master of Project Management. What are the trends? We have project management in all fields of study. More and more lectures are held in English, also study programs. International project management plays a more and more important role, and there are student projects with external stakeholders. And when you look at the methods, changing from traditional project management to agile, traditional, and hybrid project management. I think hybrid project management is mostly applied in the practice. We also have the topic research, project management research, and I think research and agile project management are very similar. Traditional project management is counterproductive for many research projects, and we did experiment. You had the exploratory symposium about reinventing project management in research, and did this 2 times. About 90 researchers from 7 countries applied. These new methods, these modern methods, are not new now on their research projects. They were new to them, but not new in the project management area. means design thinking, project canvas, lean startup, Scrum, Kanban, and also retrospectives were applied to their research projects. Very good experience. Well, now I want to share with you my concept about the lecture, Modern Project Management in Practice with Digital Startup Projects. I'm teaching project management since the year 2000. That means 25 years now. I started when I was still in a company, and the first lecture was about only theory without projects. The next step was project management is not theory, it's a lot of learning by doing. So I had a second module about project, developing a project for the students, choose startup projects. And the next step was a challenge about these student projects. And the next step was to involve external clients. I give you some information later to the whole concept. And at the moment, I additionally apply AI in the course, especially for the student projects. Well, I started with traditional project management, then a little part of agile project management, and more agile. Agile project management is now dominant, but they also learn about traditional and hybrid project management. And I had a significant increase on productivity through this shift in focusing on agile project management. Here's a big picture of the lecture. You see, one moment. Yeah. Oh no, I don't want to write. I'm looking for the. Okay, no, let it be. Okay. The main part is a lecture, Professional Project Management in Practice, starting with development of innovative business ideas, checking these ideas, then developing the project design. Most part is a realization of MVPs, prototypes, and at the end we have the public presentation of the results of the student project. And the very good projects, they get support from other networks in Würzburg. And I have interdisciplinary teams. The main target group are students of my department, of the Department of Informatics, Computer Science, master students. I only have master students. And the course is open to students from other faculties. At the moment, I think 1/3 are master students and 2/3 come from other faculties. They are also master students. We have these two modules, each module about 5 ECTS. The language is German because I have also clients from companies and organizations who speak German, so I concentrated on German. And there are about 30 to 60 participants each year. This year I had 40 participants. We have these two modules, a lecture module, 4 hours weekly in a block, and at the end a written exam. Most of the lectures I teach online. Sometimes when I'm in Würzburg, I teach in the local in the room. We have weekly tasks. Students present their results and they have to write a project report. I also invite guests for talks for special topics, for example, business planning or legal topics. the project module, the students have to develop a digital product, an MVP. They have to write a project report. Altogether, 5 to 6 members, it's about 120, 150 pages, and everyone has to do a presentation. And each contribute to 1/3 of the grade. There are interdisciplinary teams. They work in self-organization, and they meet their client every week or every 2 weeks. And they also have the MVP presentations, and at the Projektjahre, that's the final event of the lecture, they show what they have done to the public. Here we have this in a picture. On the left-hand side, a block lecture, 4 hours per week, with workshop sections. Then every week they get have to do an exercise which transform the theory to practice. It also belongs to the project. And at the end, we have 3 main deliverables: the products of the project, the MVPs, presentations, and a project report. So what's the source of the ideas, of the project proposals? So several sources. One source is a design thinking workshop. Always have it at the beginning, a design thinking workshop where the students can develop ideas. Then we have something like prototypes, MVPs from the previous year, which have a high startup potential. And maybe a team will further develop this idea to put it to production, to the rollout, dissemination. Then I have also innovative ideas from other people. I'm very often in the local press, and some people with brilliant ideas, but no IT know-how and no IT resources come to me. It's filtered by my partners, and if students like to work on this project, it's okay. But the students are no cheap programmers. So that's very important to say. There's also suggestions from lecture participants. They can bring in their idea, and if there are enough of followers, they can work on their idea. And also I get a lot of ideas from the city of Würzburg and social institutions, and also from companies from the Würzburg region. And I do this for 25 years now, and I've I think a very good reputation, and sometimes there's a team which really makes a startup and is growing. I show you later. So there are a lot of obligations of the clients. They have some general tasks, supporting of the teams, contact person for question of the teams, providing resources if necessary, and weekly or bi-weekly meetings. Also online participation, very important at the beginning of the project, of the lecture, when the student team has to develop the project design. There, the project giver and the team comes together and makes this design, so that they have the common picture of the project, that they all know what to do. And for the client, it's very important that they have understood his idea, what he wants, and also participating in a review at the end of the lecture. Well, now you have a lot of ideas and you have a lot of students, and you have to create teams, interdisciplinary teams. How does it work? Well, the clients have to pitch their ideas, in the last semester, we had 13 ideas. They had to pitch them in 3 minutes. So 13 ideas times 3 minutes. And after this, we had breakout rooms, and in every room there was one of the client, and the students could go to this room and ask questions. Yeah, 3 times 10 minutes. And then they gave 3 preferences. Their preferences, and that was my work to create teams with this input. And my aim was to have interdisciplinary teams, yeah? Combination, computer science, management, and diversity management, and others. You see, for example, the team number 1, informatic management, diversity management, here information systems, informatic, diversity management, and so on. So altogether, there were 7 interdisciplinary teams from different master programs. Now I come to the methods part. Altogether, it was an effective combination of agile methods. And the principle was the output of the previous method is input for the subsequent method. Here the example, output by design thinking is a project idea, and the next step is a project design with a project canvas for this idea. And we work very result-oriented, pragmatic. For example, when you apply Scrum, we had no dailies, we had weeklies. And every week, every team has to report about the status of the work. Starting with design thinking and the result, innovative solution approaches. Then the chosen project is then there's then done the project design for this project together with the client, the project sponsor. I use a project canvas, and we did this online with a whiteboard, concept board, very good tool. The next step was to develop a user story map. That means that the user has a picture of the user activities. Yeah, and there, yeah, we applied, I think, the lean startup method, the customer-focused approach, and starting with persona, advantage, more realistic and leaner product than one that is intended for the masses. Next step, the requirements from the user stories perspective, Epic's user stories, also acceptance criteria, and and then to put this information into the so-called user story map. So this is the map of the user requirements. I think it's very important to create such a map because it's tailored to the specific needs of the user. Okay, and you also look for the MVPs, what you can do in a special period of time, in a sprint. So that means with this user perspective, with the user map, you translate it to the developer perspective, and we applied Scrum, yeah, and from the user, you develop tasks for the development teams. Very easy to Scrum board to do, in progress done. And the product development is always done in 3 sprints. Some years ago, I had only 2 sprints, but I switched to 3 sprints. It's more productive to get a faster feedback. It's more like lean project management. So they developed the MVP1. They get user feedback, very important to improve the product, MVP2, and then also getting user feedback and creating MVP3, and then at the end, they show the results at the Projektjahre, the closing event. 2 years ago, I switched from Scrum to Scrumban in the last sprint, that they also have the chance to apply Scrumban. Scrumban, you know, combination of Scrum and Kanban, and they have to learn the methods, and they have to learn by applying them. Here's a big picture of all the methods I teach in my lecture. Most of them you saw already: design thinking, project design, lean startup, Scrum, Sprint Review und Scrumban Sprint 3. I also teach traditional project management, some special things about HR project management, HR frameworks, for example, leadership, and also hybrid project management, to use the right method or method combination for the project. And in the end, the Projektjahre, it's our final event. Well, next part, one moment. The chatbot development is part of the student projects. It's not only chatbot development, it's also AI applications. I was very lucky that, because in the year 2019, a group, they had a project called CitizenBot, Bürgerbot, that makes it possible to simplify communication between cities and the city, between citizens and the city. And the city of Würzburg, they paid for the project, and they work with it, and other cities do it now too. And there was a foundation of a company, VINT, name is VINT, 2 years later, and this foundation is very successful, and they develop a lot of chatbots for other organizations and cities, communities. And this year, there were many teams who also developed chatbots and AIs, and AI applications. Give you just an overview about this. Here's the first team. They developed a chatbot called Sozialomat. Social and automation is combined together. Sozialomat, a chatbot for social benefits. Here in Germany, people who have low income, also like a lot of students, they can get housing benefit as a rent. And those, this chatbot provides information in several languages, and assisting with filling out the application, giving information and filling out the application. The chatbot helps these people for the housing benefit application. Is it, for example, here applied at the city of Schweinfurt. Schweinfurt is close to Würzburg, about 100 kilometers away, and also a large city, I think about 100,000 inhabitants. next step is next project, a chatbot about long COVID. I think we have a lot of people with long COVID, unfortunately, and to help these people, they developed such a chatbot. Next AI application, so-called CLAO. CLAO is the first AI software that automatically translates text into a certified plain language, easy to read language. Yeah, same information, but it's easy to read. Here on the left-hand side, have the definition. What is a plain language? Easy language is a special regulated language concept that was developed to make text content accessible to people with limited language skills. Yeah? And to achieve this, plain language uses simple words, short sentences, and pictures. There's also a module in work for plain pictures. It's not finished, it's just in work. It's done in a master practical course. One student of this team is just now doing it. Then the next is also an AI application, Mindoko, optimizing the creation process of reports and expert opinions in the field of mental health. These tools already all exist. I have here the link to the website. Sorry, it's here in German, written in German, but when you are interested in one of these applications, you can go to the website and translate the website. So you see what they have really done. Good work, really good work. And another application, Peeps Social Map. That's a truly social network that makes it easier for you to meet new people, becoming more self-confident and overcome inner insecurities. So a project that the students still work on, or some of them, not all of them, some of them still work on. Now I'm coming to the end, conclusions and outlook. Yeah, we had our final event with jury, audience, and prizes. Yeah, here on the left-hand side we have the winner team. They all developed, or most of them developed, AI products for society and working world. And just retro, there's a win-win-win combination. Win for the students, they have realistic practical experience with clients and customers, also experience in teamwork and a practical application of the methods taught. Also the external clients, generation of new ideas and creating MVPs, attracting young talents. And also, of course, for the university, for me, strengthening partnerships, new partners, and also practical teaching. Yeah. Now we have a short look at the efforts and benefits for the students. I think the efforts are extreme high because they have a great workload. Every week they have an internal job fix, sometimes job fixes with the clients. They have weekly tasks, presentations, a lot of presentations of interim results, MVPs, final product. They have to create a real product, not paperwork. They have to develop a project report, 100 to 150 pages per team, and they have to do the preparations for the written exam. But I think also the benefit is very high. Maybe they change their dream to a real startup. and they have a lot of practical experience. And I think it's also very important that they work in interdisciplinary projects, like in practice later, in projects with clients. Sometimes the client don't know really what they want. Yeah. And let's come to the last slide. That's also my vision, that the lecture becomes a startup factory with follow-up events. We start with a lecture, creating MVP, and the students, computer science students, they can continue to work on their startup ideas in practical courses or maybe in the master thesis. Of course, you have to combine this with scientific work, scientific questions, which have the same degree as a normal master thesis. This year, the result, the output was great. 5 of the 7 teams have continued their work in their working in their projects. 5 master students, they work in a practical course, and so they have a scientific question which is relevant to their startup. And next week, I have a meeting with these teams and to share experience, clarify questions, and so on. Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Harald. It's extremely interesting, and thank you for sharing all 3 blogs about community, how you develop community, about framework and methodology of your course, and about chatbot as a focus. And dear participants, you can use chat, and you can use Q&A section for your question or your comments to Harald. And first question from me. Please, can you share a little more about chatbot and AI in your course? It's really interesting, and it's hot about all AI. What's the source of this idea? It's your idea to using more AI, or it's the question of students? How it developed?
Well, I don't teach chatbot development in my course. The course concentrates on the methods. The experience and the knowledge about AI comes from the students, of master computer science students. They have this knowledge and bring it in the course, and they have to develop the products, mainly develop the products, and the other members, they support them doing testing, doing research around the topic. That's they bring already the AI skills with them to the course. It's very important that I have these interdisciplinary teams. I normally start with the computer science people. So in every team, there are at least about 2 computer science students. So this is just a fundamental. I also have students from HCI, human computer interfaces, which are similar to computer science, master computer science, and some from the business area. They also bring computer science experience with them. So also a lot of students who work additional to their study in companies, and they also have enough computer science skills. But I also have people from diversity management. I think some have never seen a computer before. So it's very interesting in the team. The master students from the computer science learn about skills, communication management, and these things, and the other learn more about informatics, computer science, and yeah. So they share their experience and their knowledge in the teams.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And I also see that our participants also writing a lot of things for you. And there is also a question. First question from Svetlana. You have included that students get a certificate modern PM optionally. Is this a university issued certification or it's some APMI connection certification?
That's a special qualification or a special certification I developed about 7 or 8 years ago with other colleagues from other universities that they can get it for free, the students, and we have 3 levels about it. If she wants further information, she can contact me.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. It's interesting that it's some certification of collaboration with few universities. Yeah.
Mhm. We
Okay.
developed it at a time where the IPMA certifications were concentrated only on traditional project management. And we saw the practice in the industry is more agile and hybrid, and therefore we developed also yeah, therefore we developed this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
One more question. Do you encourage your students to take part in IPMA competitions?
Mm, in IPMA competition, they don't take part, but sometimes the students from me apply to prizes. We have in the GPM and the GPM a prize for studies, yeah, for bachelor, master, and for PhD. And a PhD student, won this prize about 2 or 3 years ago, and she's now professor at the university in Augsburg, University of Applied Science in Augsburg, die Martina Königbauer.
Mhm.
Maybe someone knows her.
Okay, yes, thank you. And more question from Enrica. Other than the plain language projects, is there other projects or projects in the pipeline that addresses the challenge of the digital divide or tech inclusivity?
No, I don't have such a project in the pipeline.
How I understand, it's this pipeline, the source of this pipeline from different streams, from students, from clients, from
Yeah.
other. It's
Mhm.
not from you, yeah?
Uh, Most of I would say 95% of the ideas of the topics come from other sources. Sometimes I have an idea, I also give it to the student, and they can decide to take it or not. Yeah, they can decide it. Uh, One time I was lucky, and one time I was unlucky.
Mhm.
So does not mean if the professor gives a topic for an idea, it's taken by the students. Yeah? They can choose what they want to do. Uh, they must have fun. I think the fun factor is very important. If they have fun, if they like their project, then you get also great results. If you don't like the project, you can't expect to get good results. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the very important at the beginning that they can choose between these 13 projects. At the beginning of every year, I start to collect ideas. It's a very hard work to collect ideas, then to filter these ideas. Yeah, but every idea is you can use for a student project. Some ideas are much to create, and you have to focus on a special part of this idea. Some are, yeah, not much work, not worth to for a student project, and so you have to filter it. It's always hard work to collect ideas from the world.
Yeah. And how much time take this process? I mean, duration. It's during 1 month or during 2 weeks or more. I mean, collect idea and select
Yeah.
this idea and
Mhm.
combine them.
And for me, it's like a hobby. Yeah, I
Yeah.
spend a lot of times, unpaid times for for this. I just are happy when when I see good results, and I'm extremely happy when there is a foundation of a new company and there's this real startup, and I meet the people again, and they're, yeah, it's always great to meet them again, and they inspire other other teams for good work. Yeah, sometimes I invite a member of a team who founded a company at the beginning. Yeah, and there's a lot of motivation for them. Yeah, I can't give them the motivation, but when another one, another student, or yeah, other student or who has just finished, tells them how he worked and what they have done and what's the result, and yeah, that's another motivation, another crate of motivation.
Super. Thank you. One more question. How much, I think it's also connect to your books in 2024. How much is AI improving the project management practices? Do you have a perception about it?
Oh, I think there is progress in several areas where you can use AI, but you must pay attention about your data. Don't give your data away. Uh, uh, you, it's very hard to say it. um, yeah, you have yeah. First thing, you have to do experiments with it. You have to apply it. Yeah. Then you also see the borders. Yeah. Pay attention that no personal data goes away. Use open source AI systems. I would recommend. Yeah. Unfortunately, the books are not translated into English, but maybe they will do it.
It's a reason to learn German.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's a very good idea to learn German with the books. Yeah, I can recommend it, sure. Yeah.
Okay. One more, one more question about approach to teaching. Who plays the roles of product owner and Scrum Master in these projects?
Yeah, I have these roles, and every 2 weeks, the owner of the role is changing. So every student is for a special time period, a product owner or a scrum master or a normal team member. So it's changing in the, and we start with the role of the project manager at the beginning.
Hmm. It's really,
So you also have the role change.
it's really interesting.
It's
change.
very hard for them to. And when someone has a role of, for the product owner, he has to report about in the weekly and in the lecture, yeah, he has to report about the project. What has they done the last week? Are there impediments? What they plan for the next week? Just 3 minutes per team, and then the next team.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a good overview, and I see the problems the teams have, and then maybe I can help them. Yeah, I'm not a teacher. I'm a coach. I feel my role in a coach for my students.
Okay, yeah, great. And one more question about project with clients. You told that some project has clients, and how you invite these clients, how you find them. Maybe you can share some
Mhm.
things about this.
Yeah, that's the work for the 3 months before the lecture starts, looking for clients. And I have also a special event for the clients to show them what they have to do in when the client role. I had one slide with this information. Mal gucken. Yeah, the obligations of the clients, the general tasks they have, and so on. And something also to say, yeah, and I have meetings with the clients also during the lecture, and to get feedback also from them about their impression about the teams. And I also ask the teams, how does the communication with their client work? Yeah, I ask them, are there deltas, are there problems with the client communication? Some years ago, I had problems with some clients because I thought they would work permanently with the teams. Yeah. And some only gave the idea, and then they were away. And this is not good for the students' work. So I implemented the at least 2 weeks meetings, clients and teams. Yeah. And I ask if there are problems for this. I think that's also, I would recommend such a procedure when you work with clients. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening to you and think only one thought in my mind, that it's so much work around really just course, because you need to prepare before start your course,
Mhm.
as you
Yeah.
told, 3 months working with clients, additional events with them, and so on
Mhm.
and so on, and synchronize all of these opinion about working about project from students, from clients. Oof.
It's very hard work for the students, but it's also um, very important for their study life. And when I meet a student after 5 or 10 years, they remember their project. They don't remember all the courses, but their project is still in their mind.
Super,
Yeah,
super.
and it's extraordinary for the normal studies. Normally, you are in the group of yeah, master students of informatics or business or diversity management. You seldom come together in a group. That is very important. This is this group processing, yeah, group working to communicate with other disciplines. Very, very important for their future, because that's normal when you are in a company. Always have people from several departments in your group, and yeah, you have to work with them and to know what their language means.
Okay, yeah, it's a really amazing experience for students, some cross-functional and so on. And one more question at this point. I understand that there is some teams with really good motivation and they think about maybe future startup, future business, and they approach mostly like that in this project. But if I suppose you have some teams with without motivation. Is there true or all teams motivated, or sometimes there is some teams with problems
Sure, sure,
without
sure,
motivations?
sure,
And
sure.
what to do with them?
I don't have only super perfect teams. Of course, there are problems. It's normal project management. You have problems. You have people who don't are so much motivated, and but you have the team spirit, and I think that helps to get people who are not so much motivated in the teamwork. Yeah? It does not, yeah, doesn't work for all the teams, but I think most of them. Mhm. But in the 25 years, I had no team with a good result. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
okay, it's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Also, if they have a result, I think always there is this final meeting with public, yeah, and I think they want to have a good face to how does it say is it in English, to keep their face, to show what they have done. Everyone is interested to show the best of him, yeah, and they have to work to this, and we have yeah, meetings before for the presentation to give a very good presentation at this final meeting for the public, and so they are motivated a
Super.
little bit at least. Yeah.
Super. And we have time for one more question. And I see that also this question from our participants about teams. The teams are formed before or after the product is defined, first of all, and the team may change during the project to get additional expertise, or they can change.
The team members can't change between the projects.
Mhm.
And we have it at the beginning of the first, no, we have a meeting before the first lecture where the project givers show the ideas, and then the students can choose three, three of them.
Mhm.
And my work is to build interdisciplinary teams. And these teams are fixed for the whole semester. No
Mhm.
change. Yeah.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
change during the semester. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, 1 hour is ending very fast, very, very fast. I have a lot of questions, but we have only 1 hour. And in the end, Harald, I want to say thank you as also as our participants. They also, in every I see a message, they told you thank you about your cases and this amazing experience. 25 years experiments, it's really huge and it's really amazing. And also, I want to say thank you for our participants for your question and your comments and your thoughts. Yeah, I see that it's very interesting information. Thank you, all of you. And of course, we send records of these webinars in our all participants, and also all participants who was today with us. You received a digital badge about this meeting from IPMA, I suppose, in 1-2 week. And I see that, Harold, you want to say a few words in the finish of this webinar, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. First, if someone is interested, I can share the slides. And thank you all for the questions. It was great pleasure for me, to come here, and thank you for the invitation, Benjamin.
Thank you. It will be really super if we can share your slides. Please send me, and we send for our participants, because it's always the biggest question. I know that some people make screenshots of webinars and so on, but slides is super, super good.
Mhm, mhm.
And thank you for your time and your experience, your cases. Be in
Thank you.
touch, dear friends, and bye bye.